My name is Bhakti Prabhava Swami. I'm the Secretary for the ISKCON Ministry for Sannyasa, and I will explain some crucial aspects of how to apply for sannyas. The first thing that you need to do if you want to apply is to download the latest application form. Application form can be downloaded from sannyascandidates.com. When you go to the website, you have a section downloads, and the first of many files that you can download is the application form. And that once you have downloaded the application form, you print it, and then you can fill it in by hand. That before filling in the form, you read the first 5-6 pages, which explains the process of applying for sannyas. One of the first points you have to consider is whether you comply with all the conditions for applying. You need a number of documents, recommendations from national councils, recommendations from your local GBC, then an agreement of the proposed sannyas goal. In addition, you need also a Bhakti Shastri certificate. That Bhakti Shastri certificate must be an official ISKCON certificate approved by the ISKCON board for examination. If you are missing some of these recommendations, or you don't have the Bhakti Shastri certificate, then first get all these documents before applying. Don't apply before, because your application will not be processed when it's not complete. On the application form, on the latest application form, there is a new section now, which is entitled Recent Preaching Experience. And you need to fill in there, for the last 12 months, all ISKCON centers that you have visited, the period you have been there from to, and the name of the temple president or devotee in charge, and a valid email address. That email address is important. Also, you need to provide the names and the email addresses of all the members of the National Council. If there are more than 10 members, please list at least 10 members who know you well with their email address. You need also to, during your term as a sannyas candidate, you must follow the ISKCON leadership course. ISKCON leadership course or the Guru seminar. If you have followed that seminar in the past, then you can add your certificate and indicate when you have followed this course and where. You need also a sannyas mentor, and you need to travel or be with your mentor at least 2 weeks every year, and the mentor must be willing to evaluate your preaching, send a preaching report to the ministry. You need also to list a number of referees, 10 senior devotees who know you well, that you need to add with your application a digital picture. You can send it to the secretary by email, but it must be a picture where you are nicely dressed, tilak on your forehead, smiling, because that picture will be projected during the GBC meetings when the GBC members vote on your being approved to be put on the sannyas waiting list. After the ministry receives your application, there will be a research period of 3 months. That means that the secretariat will write all your contacts and all the places where you have preached during the last year to get feedback. And that feedback is then presented to the task, the team for assessment for sannyas candidates, who will discuss your candidacy and finally make a recommendation. So on the application form it's also mentioned there that for how many years do you ask to be put on the sannyas waiting list. The minimum term is 2 years, but according to the age it will be longer. If you are less than 45 years, it will be probably 5 years. If you're older than 45, younger than 50, then it will be 4 years. Between 50 and 55, 3 years, older than 55, 2 years. These are general guidelines. The ministry can recommend differently after the evaluation. So if you have been divorced, please add your divorce papers and other proof. Also, you need to add an oath of allegiance. It's at the end of the application documents. Please fill it in. So once your application is complete, you send first a digital copy to the secretary. Once the secretary has confirmed that your application is complete, then you can send 2 copies to our secretariat in Radhadesh and pay the application fee. The details from the bank are mentioned on the application form. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna.